Good morning students. In this video we are going to see about virtual circuit networks. Last videos and all we saw about different types of switching. One is circuit switched and then uh, packet switched and all. Now next topic is virtual circuit networks. It is a cross between a circuit switched network and then datagram network. Okay, the circuit switched we set up a path, and then get acknowledgement, then only we transmit data and then disconnect it. And the datagram network divide the messages are divided into packets, then only they are transmitted. And virtual circuit network it is a combination of both circuit switch network and then datagram network. That is given here. It has a characteristics of both. So, as in the circuit switch network, there are setup, teardown phase in addition to data transfer phase. And then resources are allocated during the setup phase, as in circuit switch network, or any methods can be followed. Whether on demand we can allocate the resources or we can reserve. In any way we can follow in this virtual circuit networks. And as in datagram network, here data are packetized and then each packet carries address of the address in the header. Okay, and in virtual circuit networks it is an it defines what the next switch to be should be and the channel on which the packet is be carried out. So each address and each packet carries from to next switch, it must be forwarded and all the details. So as in circuit switching networks, all the packet follow the same path established during the connection, and it is normally implemented in the data link layer, while a circuit switching network is implemented in the physical layer and datagram network in the network layer. See here, virtual circuit networks it is implemented in data link layer, and first type, that is circuit switching network, that is implemented in physical layer, and the second type we saw now, that is datagram network, that is implemented in network layer. Now we will see the example how the packets are forwarded here. Virtual circuit network is a combination of both circuit switched and then packet switched. Okay, and here the network has switches that allow traffic from source to destination. Source and destination, it can be a computer, packet switch, a bridge, or any other device. See in this picture, A and B are two end systems. A, B, C, D are end systems. They are connected using several switches. And what are the addressing we are used here while transmitting packets? That is local and global addresses will be there. What is the meaning of global address? The source or destination need to have a global address also. And then an address that can be unique in the scope of the network. Global address means internationally the address will be unique. That is called as a global addressing. And then next address, that is virtual circuit identifier. That identifier is used for data transfer, called virtual circuit identifier. So while transmitting packets in this virtual circuit network, that packet must have that VCI, that is identifier must be there. So VCI is unlike a global address. What do you mean by this VCI is it is a small number. Okay, and by using this only they are transmitted from one switch to another. Okay, when the frame arrives at the switch, it has an VCI. When it leaves, it has different VCI. When incoming, also the same packet have different VCIs. While entering inside the switch, it has one VCI. When leaving, that packet has another VCI. This figure shows how the VCI data frame changes from one switches to another. See, consider in this picture, one switch will be there, a packet is coming with virtual circuit identifier 14 and it leaves with some other identifier. Okay, so it is not a large number, but it is used to identify the particular frame. Okay, what are the phases available here? Already I told that it is a combination of packet switch as well as circuit switch. So as in the circuit switched network, the source and destination need to be here. Three phases will be there, that is virtual circuit setup, data transfer and teardown. it three phases also there, packets also splitted and they are transmitted. Okay, the setup phase, the source and destination user global addresses, and then in the teardown phase they are deleted, the corresponding details will be deleted, and middle stage is the transfer, that is transfers between the source and destination. What happens in this phase? To transfer the frame, the source, the destination, all the switches must have a table entry. Like in packet switching, in the datagram network, what we did, routing table will be there. By the help of that table, packets are transmitted. So here also table entry will be there for this virtual circuit. So every switch must have that table by referring that table. Okay, the table in simpler, it has four columns. That is, the switch holds four pieces of information. What are the information? Well, a frame is coming, so that frame and its VCA ID. When leaving, it must has different VCA ID through which port it must go through. So while incoming, from where it is coming, and its VCI, and when leaving also, so entering detail and leaving detail. So 2 to 4 details of a particular frame will be there. Okay, see in this picture. In the left side, on data frame is coming with the VCI 14 through 1, port 1 it's coming. Okay, that's only given in table. Port number 1, its ID is 14. So then next, this switch refer that table. What is given in that same row, where it must go through, it must, the outgoing details are that particular frame must go out through port 3 with VCI 22. See in that picture right side, the same data frame leaves a switch through port 3, and then it is for port 3, through port 3 with VCI 22 by referring that table. Okay, so three phases. So it shows a frame arriving port 1 VCI 14. What I explained, that's given here. It's found that the switch knows to change that VCI from 14 to 22. See the first row, incoming ID is 14, and when it is leaving, that ID is 22. Same like this, when another frame comes, means with VCI 72, if the frame VCI 77 means it must leave with VCI 41. So everything is given in the table, but depending on that table only, that switch follows and send that particular frames to particular places. So wherever the frames are forwarded from source to destination, wherever the switch, that switch has a table, following the table only they are forwarded, so that details are given here. Okay. So each switch changes the VJ and routes the frame. So the data transfer phase is active until the source sends all its frames to the destination. So the procedure at the switch is the same for each frame. So this procedure is same for all the frames. So the process creates a virtual circuit between the source to destination. And then setup phase. In the setup phase, the switch creates an entry for each virtual circuit. So setup phase means the details related to this are entered in this table, virtual circuit table. For example, suppose the source A need to create a virtual circuit to B. We have to do two things. So setup also include two things. One is request and then acknowledgement. Then only we can transmit data. So request, what will happen? So that request is sent from source to destination through all the switches. So source A sends a setup to switch. What are the switches in between? That request passes through all the switches. So A sends a request to switch 1, and then switch 1 receives the setup request. See in this picture, A sends to switch 1 give the request to switch 2, and then to switch 3, and then that request is given to B, and then B sends an acknowledgement. If it is ready to send, then it will give the acknowledgement. Then acknowledgement is given in the reverse order to A. Then only it can transmit data. That is the concept of this virtual circuit network. Okay, whenever B gives an acknowledgement, it also send them that ID of that frame also. It knows a frame going from A to B goes through port 3. So all the details it knows. See, in the switch 1 knows the details of incoming VCI and the port number, but through which port it must be forwarded, it won't fill at the first time. See, when it is sending the request phase, the last column is empty. The incoming frame ID will be there, but the outgoing ID will not be there. That can be got after the acknowledgement phase. If we giving acknowledgement no, that time it will send the, see right side first table no, that is filled by this B sends an acknowledgement frame no, that time it will send that details of outgoing ID, outgoing VCA. Okay, so that table is filled after getting that acknowledgement to switch 3. So switch 3 outgoing ID is filled by this B. Then this table, see in this middle table switch to that outgoing ID, how it is filled, that is the incoming ID of table 3. See in table 3 what is ID 22, that is filled here. Same like this incoming VCA 66, that is filled in this first table, that only we are going to see now. See here, it knows a frame going from A to B goes through port 3. See in this picture, A to B was the frame going through port 3 is the switch in the setup phase acts as a packet switch. It has a routing table. The switch creates an entry in its table, but it is only able to fill 3 columns only. Last column outgoing ID, it won't be filled at the first time. It will be filled during acknowledgement phase only. So port 1, it's available incoming is 14, and then it must be sent through port 3, and it's while sending that ID not known now. So it does not yet know the outgoing VCA, and it will be found, when it will be found that outgoing, see in all the table last column will be empty, and it will be known only during that acknowledgement step only. Okay, request we have to send B, then only if it is ready it will give acknowledgement. That time the reverse order acknowledgement sent from B to A, then only that last column will be filled in that corresponding tables. Now the acknowledgement, now it is acknowledgement means if it is ready to receive, then we send acknowledgement to third switch, and then third to two to second switch to first switch, and then that acknowledgement sent to A. That time only the tables, all the last column will be filled. Okay, so that's only that process is given here, how the acknowledgement receives in the reverse order. Okay, so acknowledgement special frame called the acknowledgement frame complete the entries in the switching tables. The destination sends, so acknowledgement means was reverse order. When sending the request, it going through switch 1 2 3. Acknowledgement means 3 2 1. Like this order, the acknowledgement is in reverse direction, sends to the source. Then only it can transmit the data. Okay. So the switch knows whose entry in the table is to be completed. So all the details by referring the tables and everything, the last column will be filled. Okay, that's all explained here. So acknowledgement is sent from 3 to 1, and then A. This order the acknowledgement are filled. That's only given. Next tear down phase after request and then acknowledgement, then tear down phase. Tear down phase means disconnecting everything. Okay, in this phase. Source A, after sending all the frames to B, special frame called the tear down request. So destination B responds with, so again destination B gives a confirmation frame. So all the switches delete the corresponding entry in the table. So all the entries will be deleted. What is the efficiency here? And the resource reservation in the virtual circuit can be made during the setup and can be on demand during the data transfer phase. So in the first case, the delay for each packet is the same as the second case. Each packet may encounter different delays. It commits a combination of both circuit switching and packet switching. No, so and the packet delay will be different. So one advantages in virtual circuit network is and resources can be allocated on demand also as well as reserved also. Both can be possible here. In the virtual circuiting, all the packets belonging to the same resource and destination travel the same path. but the packets may arrive at the destination with the different delays, but delays may be different. Okay, delay in the visual circuit network. One time delay for setup and a delay for setup, there will be a delay will be there, and tear down phase also delay will be there, and the resources are allocated during the setup phase. There is no waiting time for individual packet, won't wait. And figure shows delay of the packet. How the delay is, or transmission time is one delay, and then propagation time and the data transfer for all the phases, that will be a delay will be there. Tear down delay, the setup delay will be there. Okay, and then waiting time in the switches. So these are all the delays here. So total delay equal to transmission delay 3 into transmission delay, and then 3 into propagation delay, and then setup, and then tear down. Okay, thank you students.